Here we go. Another Brandon Angel Fitness Journey special edition. I guess news too. It's interesting how many of these videos I didn't want to make. Like all of them, actually. But sometimes you got to put your wants aside when it's time to say something. My friend Aron has passed away, and we had a meeting for him this morning talking about hope and the power of hope and light and being a light and giving light, especially in the darkness. It was a really impressive meet. Almost felt like Aron was there. Probably was. AK says he was. I think he was. AK is clairvoyant. Kenny, Eric, and Stanton all really had a lot to say that was really memorable as well. I would say that makes up his, closest ring of friends, at least in personal development. We hope to speak with his roommate, and we already have each one of us chatting. So, he's our brother now. And his music lives on, and really appreciate seeing him in the videos. And loss is one of these things on the fitness journey. The complete fitness journey is being as fit as possible, emotionally, spiritually, physically, morally, conscientiously, intelligently, right? Fit as possible in all of these ways. Complete fitness. Yeah, so that you're extremely fit and functional to your loved ones in the darkest of times, especially, right? And that's not as much easy, that takes work. That's a studied, wise veteran of life that's going to be able to help you do that. And that's what Aron was. That's what Aron truly was. He was someone who could bring the light to the darkness in so many different talented ways. And he was a beast of an individual. He never missed a challenge. And we're talking 1,300 burpee challenges, 20-mile runs. He was doing 6 miles every other day. Do you realize how hard that is? I'm like inspired by that, trying to bring myself up to that level. And he had to incorporate he used to tell me, Aron called me every day because him and I both go through what they clinically call parental alienation, which is really watching your kid be tortured, be pumped full of lies with the intention to destroy your relationship with them as a hate move. And the damage to the child gets so severe, you don't care about yourself and your own relationship with that child anymore. You just care about the child. And it's absolute horror to know that your kid is going through that by this person they're supposed to be nurturing, not poisoning them. And for that, I say this in this video, because I shared this pain with him, and for that, he didn't want to burden our every single day, early morning mastermind group that's been going on for 3 years, that he was the biggest fan of. And you can just scroll down in his Facebook and see that. I respected Aron more. He was more true colors than most anyone I know. I am blessed to have known this individual, and he uplifted me in 100 ways. Daily. I know that he is still there, and he is watching us and hoping for us. And a lot of people love him and respect him, and he brought light to a lot of lives. It's just unconscionable to think that his child would go on not knowing that You should know that. And what I'm saying is exactly what is happening. And that is an unfortunate decision that was made by an unfortunate soul that can turn it around. According to Pastor Ken, I wouldn't figure a person in their late stages of years would, caught doing that, would be able to turn anything around myself. But I'm going to try because it's needed. Because there's a child's life, a child's innocent life that does not benefit at all from any of that poison and needs to know how special, how powerful, how completely still existent and watching down on us, valiant dad. And you get to that level of being able to do that through valiance. Let's not be misled at all. And he was that. There was not once, he hated lies. He hated dishonesty. He was a true rebel at heart. And he had everything to say about resistance to programming, not conforming to a conformist, control freak world and system. And he was right. He was right. He was right where so many people are wrong today. And he was valiant and bright where so many people are dark. And most 1,000%, if I'm going to make any videos at all on this thing, it's going to be a nice one for him because he deserved so much more than that. And I try to say it in every video. I did never want to come. Just a few years ago, I was very proud to not be non-existent on the internet. A few years before that, I was proud to not even have a bank account or a phone. And a few years before that, you who knows what, because and I did die. I want to say something. I died from parental alienation. My life was saved. Aron was calling was calling hours before he passed. That call wasn't answered. I was on the floor. Our new pillar of strength, Kenny and Eric, they both had a lot to say about picking each other up and being there for one another. And they both have been there for other guys. Another very rare quality, to be able to get up early. And Aron loved everybody in the personal development space, and he could forgive a lot of stuff if you were just at least bringing that right message forward. You know, let me just get that. That's really how I saw it. I'd love to hear, if anyone watches this or cares or whatever, put a comment down of some of the beautiful things that they saw. And he was the first person, he was the first guy to not stand for BS, to tell you to go F yourself, you know what I mean, if you were across the line. And, he was a man. He was a real man, in a sea of beta, I don't know what they're protecting or what that is. That's just not me, He was a lone range, a very able to walk on his own. Very rare quality nowadays, But everybody's, the correct wording is a lot of people are struggling with a codependency issue. They're unable to fly high like the eagle does or run fast like the cheetah does solo. Which I think is a prerequisite to any other step where a person should be able to speak anything to anyone. Until you're doing that, why are you speaking? Who are you speaking to and what about? If it's not a question and pursuit of learning, you have nothing to say. Aron could toe the weight for many, and he did that. He told the weight for me, and a lot of people. Well, let me not talk myself up. I guess, Aron was such a man, he would keep it short and sweet when he did. And he had powerful statements. And he did his homework. He had every self-help book he would read to us. I have a whole bunch of recordings of him reading to us and teaching us. I learned so much from Aron. I mean, what an upgrade to my life. Seriously, a serious upgrade to my life. And what a person who deserved to graduate. I'm telling you, man, he was pure guy. True colors, pure, completely honest. Nothing but good intentions. Nothing but good intentions. There was, And when a person cares that much and they're that genuinely true colors good, it's especially more torturous when some of these evils are going on with two innocent people that they love, that they should be able to protect, but they can't. And because of this massively sick circumstances, worldwide. And but this is Aron would want those of us who are not as valiant and ready to be bestowed the blessing of graduation yet, to fight on valiantly. And we love you and we pray for you, Aron. And we want to make sure to learn the deeper lessons that your life has to offer. I will put some links below. I think maybe in a couple of days or something, because I want to have a few more conversations with the group to make sure that I'm doing things responsibly and appropriately and with children involved. He had a child that he loved immensely. Talked about her every single day. Every single day. That he wanted to do everything he wanted to do. He wanted to do it for her. And I know what that feels like. Once upon a time ago. And we got another one on the side, fellas. We got a whole little pack on the other side, fellas. So, as far as I can tell, we are the most well-equipped. We may be the most well-equipped on this whole planet to face some of these grander evils out here. I'm going to take things extremely responsible, as my council members reinforced to me today, that mistakes and actions and all this stuff is extremely important. And there's an extremely large set of innocent people, in fact, that are unknowingly being attacked in the voodoo verse, as we've called it at voodoobreaker.com, which Aron also loved that project, where you can kill control freaks and not go to jail. And epicdon.org, where you can join with us, the team that has people on both sides that sniff out narcs pretty hard. So if that's you, don't even try it, or try it and make it sharper. Either way, thank you. We love you. And we really highly appreciate you. And I'll tell you this, me and Aron, we got down on the demons, man. And we said, I thank you and I love you more than you all have some catching up to do for a couple years for sure. And maybe I want to try to add in as much as can, but as I can, but I want to keep it short too. And I want it to be from the heart. Maybe it should have been scripted 5 times for that. You know, maybe I should pour some more time into what I have to say, and I will. And I will add some really typed over, well edited stuff below this in the description. And maybe a page on my fitness journey site, which should be a more artistic scratch pad of deeper volume than whatever mouth sounds or written words are really going to be able to depict anyway, right? But hey, you hope and you press on as if the light is bright, right? And it is, and then it will be. That's how that works, isn't it? And so we're going to support Aron Roberts with our positive love and energy, and we're going to go out into the world and shine more brighter. Now that he's graduated, we all graduate. This is a graduation for everybody, right? That's the way he would want us to look at it, I'm quite sure. Much love, much love. Stay fit, completely fit in every way. Study, it matters, it's important. You do have a real soul. Take good care of it, all right? You know, and pass with just as pure of intentions as he did. Intentions are really everything. Be a pure, God-pointed soul. All right? And then once you're there for a minute, contact and hang out with us. Sharpen the blade.